The GPT tells you, because you asked it, that your race or ethnic group is not the most intelligent of all of them, and maybe somewhere down the totem pole much further than you had anticipated. You may also discover at the same time that there is a totem pole of racial intelligence, and you're going to go, holy, what? You keep asking it, it's like, this is reality. You're like, oh my, do I just stop trying? What is this? Holy crap, that's a really big deal. It could really bum you out.
Mike Israetel's had a brutal couple of weeks, and I'm not here to help. He's weathered scandals before, but there's one messy story almost nobody's talking about, except a tiny circle. It's weird, and yes, potentially explosive. Israetel claims that one race is far more intelligent than any other. Well, if Israetel tells Israel, then I'll be in big trouble for this little video. So let us not make any assumptions of what race of people he is referring to. And let's not make any further assumptions of what race is at the bottom of the totem pole he refers to. This is Dr. Mike Israetel, PhD in sport physiology, co-founder of the multi-million-dollar fitness brand Renaissance Periodization, professor at multiple universities, author, champion bodybuilder, professional Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu grappler. For years, Dr. Mike built a brand as the preeminent evidence-based expert. He branded himself as the ultimate authority in fitness, stronger than the Hulk, smarter than Bruce Banner, and a better fighter than Captain America. To his followers, he was the perfect blend of brute force and brilliance, a man who could quote peer-reviewed studies mid-deadlift while whooping your ass. In reality, Mike isn't a superhuman genius or a misunderstood visionary. Mike Israetel is more George Costanza than Captain America. His PhD dissertation was eviscerated by Solomon Nelson for what were described as egregious errors and even academic fraud. To be fair, Solomon Nelson doesn't get nearly enough credit for pulling back the curtain on Mike Israetel, because now all that genius IQ and I'm smarter than you talk, it's starting to sound like the punchline to his own joke. How did one of the quote-unquote science-based fitness industry's biggest names end up promoting and deleting quote-unquote race science videos on a secret channel? A second channel titled simply Mike Israetel. This second channel was a place for his unfiltered thoughts, and those thoughts often drifted to a familiar pseudoscientific topic: race. To be clear, Dr. Mike has been openly discussing racial genetics and athleticism for months. On podcasts, he's debated why Samoans dominate strength sports. In the fitness world, this is a common, if highly controversial topic. But on his second channel, he allegedly took this a giant leap further. He didn't just talk about muscle and strength, he started talking about intelligence. This is a topic known as scientific racism. It's a discredited pseudoscience built on flawed constructs of race inheritability that has been robustly and repeatedly debunked by the vast majority of the scientific community. As one paper on the topic notes, the entire debate is mired in the persistent use of scientifically invalid, misleading, and antiquated constructs. Yet, in a now deleted video, Dr. Mike, a PhD scientist, decided to lecture on it. But he had a unique defense, a modern alibi. He claimed he wasn't just saying it, he claimed his source was ChatGPT. The claim, as reported by those who saw the video before its deletion, was stunning. Dr. Mike alleged that he had asked ChatGPT, the world's most famous AI, whether there were differences in intelligence between races, and according to Israetel, ChatGPT confirmed it. This is a brilliant and deeply deceptive tactic. It's a form of AI laundering. By claiming the AI said it, Dr. Mike attempts to wash his hands of the statement. He's not the one making the claim, he's just a neutral, evidence-based inquirer. The AI, this objective, all-knowing machine, is the one providing the facts. This tactic leverages his doctor persona, making him seem like a neutral researcher who is simply exploring the potential of AI. It's a method of introducing a toxic, discredited idea without taking personal responsibility for it. The problem, as one YouTuber was about to prove, is that it was all a lie. The video, which allegedly platformed pseudoscientific quote-unquote race science, was quickly deleted and scrubbed from the internet, but the digital footprint remained. Fitness commentator Anabolic Stick made a video called "Why Mike Israetel Needs to Be Stopped," directly calling out Mike's race claims. Anabolic Stick especially mocked Mike's suggestion that ChatGPT had confirmed confirmed his views. A bizarre claim since GPT-4 is explicitly trained to reject biased prompts. For instance, an AI engineer found that GPT-4 is, quote, radically unbiased. ChatGPT is completely colorblind, refusing to guess or rank anyone's race or intelligence. In short, Mike's ChatGPT story was instantly shown to be made up. Anabolic Stick exposed the deception, showing that ChatGPT safeguards are specifically designed to block the very claims Israetel accused it of making. It seems likely that Mike Israetel simply fabricated the response he wanted, then presented it as if it were an objective fact. Surely Israetel understands the principle of replicability, the idea that another researcher repeating the same methods on the same question should obtain similar results. So what happens if we ask ChatGPT those exact same questions ourselves? Will we get the same outcome? Take it away, Anabolic Stick.
Is race tied to intelligence?
No. Race is not tied to intelligence. Intelligence is influenced by a complex mix of genetics, environment, education, nutrition, socioeconomic factors, and personal experience. More importantly, not race.
Is there a racial totem pole of intelligence?
No, there is no, quote, racial totem pole of intelligence. The idea that some races are inherently more intelligent than others is a debunked myth rooted in racism and pseudoscience, not in credible science. You racist pseudoscience in the face ass. Let me stop.
No, Dr. Mike Israetel said that you said that there is one. It's possible Dr. Mike Israetel misrepresented, misquoted, or took something out of context.
Meanwhile, YouTuber Scientific Snitch did a deep dive in a video titled "Dr. Mike is Wrong About Race and Biology." This event marked a critical shift. The doctor, who was proven to have failed at basic statistics in his own dissertation, was now making new scientific claims in a completely different field, biology and genetics. And the actual experts in that domain, like Scientific Snitch, were publicly and forcefully refuting him.
So because I am actually literate in the field of genetics and biomedical sciences, I acknowledge that race is not a biological reality but a social construct.
She plays clips of Mike's deleted video, like him saying, race is truly a biological construct, real-world differences in ability, and then methodically debunks them. Snitch repeatedly emphasizes that race is not a biological reality, but a social construct, walking viewers through genetics and history. By the end, she has clearly shown that Mike's claims have no support in the scientific literature. His authority, once his greatest asset, was now non-existent. Israetel's claim that ChatGPT endorsed his views on racial intelligence. As broken down by Anabolic Stick, this is a provable fabrication. The investigation reveals how this web of lies, from his PhD to his AI claims, has led to the consensus that Dr. Mike is, quote, no longer considered an expert in anything. The video was not an academic exploration. It was the publishing of a belief he knew was indefensible. The deletion was not a retraction or an apology, but an admission of guilt. He knew the content was toxic, published it anyway, and then hid the evidence when the expected backlash materialized. With his academic credentials in ashes, one might assume Dr. Mike would avoid making bold scientific claims outside his field. He claimed he had a co-author, ChatGPT. In the fallout, Mike Israetel claimed that he had consulted ChatGPT and that the artificial intelligence agreed with his thesis that there is a difference in intelligence in races. This lie must be understood in context. Israetel had been on a public tour praising AI, particularly ChatGPT. He has been quoted calling it one of the most beautiful inventions to date. And bizarrely, describing his interactions with it as one of the most spiritual experiences he has ever had. He has also discussed his personal use of the technology extensively. This context makes the lie profoundly cynical. First, Israetel publicly primed his audience to view ChatGPT as a pure, spiritual, and beautiful source of objective truth. His own race science claims were correctly being identified as subjective, outdated bigotry. Therefore, he attempted to launder his bigotry through the perceived objectivity of the AI. He tried to use ChatGPT as an infallible, unbiased shield for his own pseudoscience. He hoped his audience would believe that the spiritual AI had validated his claims, not his own genius IQ. Israetel's claim was a fabrication. This was exposed by performing the one simple action Israetel hoped no one would, actually asking ChatGPT the question. The AI's obvious safeguards immediately trigger. The AI does not, under any circumstances, claim that there's a more intelligent race. Israetel's claim was a demonstrable, provable lie. The doctor is based on a terrible and lackluster dissertation. The genius is a man who was caught lying diabolically about his own academic work, and the expert is now no longer considered an expert in, well, anything. Like, subscribe, and share. Tell me if you think Dr. Mike Israetel claims are true, or have I convinced you otherwise? Thanks for watching.